Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account and we are looking at the Cursed Realm and continuing our progression in here, guys. Now overall, this is one of the most difficult bosses that I deal with, is of course the Cursed Realm with Cain. Now I was at 26%, I went to 22, I went to 18, I went to 14 with the help of Cursed Friends and Tartaros. Big shout out to them. We're going to be covering their guide in just a minute, but I want to show you the team that I actually got to do the best. I think it was the 23. I think it was my very last adjustment. 23.4, 23.2. So 23.4, I believe, again, was the best one. As you can see, guys, my early teams were kind of slacking. We messed around with a couple different comps, seeing exactly what we could get to work. Now, a lot of times, the best in slot or the whale comps that you're actually copying in here are not going to be the best for a multitude of factors, including you not having all of the heroes built to a specific level, not having the engraving on them. But another big impact, if you're just literally copying the formations in there, guys, are the beasts. So having the beast levels, when you look at some beasts like Bellabello or Bellabello, doesn't work fundamentally if you have her at a very low level. Again, the beast really doesn't work. So looking here, guys, this is the best in slot team. Now, one thing to note, and again, we'll look over in the guide, putting purple chess piece on Mortis, not 100% sure the reason behind it. I tried to look for the logic, but it actually equipping different gear on the hero, and I think it's because he dies out pretty early after he does the buffs. I'm not sure if that is exactly the reason, but you can see, guys, we are running the owl in here within this formation. Now looking here, we have Belinda. This is the team comp that a lot of players really struggle with, is number 2, because of the debuff that comes from this specific Cursed Realm, which is the reason why I do incredibly bad in it. So you actually have to have a higher damage hero at the beginning, which in this case was actually, I believe, Mishka or Yennefer. Might have been Yennefer that did damage more to actually get the debuff that the hero has in here. We are running the Rock Lizard. This one, of course, is the original version of Taylene, running it here with the Moth. Now, big thing with this, guys, is you have to have Orthos and you have to have the 3 of 9 furniture. If you do not have Orthos, if you do not have Taylene, and Taylene, in addition, has to be the strongest hero in this formation. If you do not have them, guys, this formation is out the door. It is garbage. You cannot use it without having those 2 key heroes in here to really carry this formation. Now, looking here, we have the Awakened version of Solus, and then we have Raku. I feel like this formation, again, could be much better. Most of the formations have done a couple billion damage, but in here you can see formation not doing the most. I try a lot of variations, guys. If you're spending 1, 2, 3, 400 diamonds in here, it is well worth it, because even if you're getting to the point to 1, picking up Stargazer cards, which accumulate to 500 gold each, or picking up those time emblems, which again are about 500 gold each, if you can push and get down there, especially when it comes to getting elemental cores, some of the engraving mats, if you can spend a little bit of diamonds, score a little bit better in there, it makes a really big difference. 5th formation, of course, is again kind of spread evenly among them. Feel like I need to build out some more of these heroes, getting them buffed up a little bit more to really amplify the damage they have in there. Then, of course, the beast being a little higher. Final one is Scarlet. Scarlet does damage so incredibly fast in this formation. Running the Winged Lion in here, as you can see, works incredibly well, guys. But then when I think like in comparison, so we have what, 1, 2, 7, what, 1, 2, 3, probably 3 billion damage. And then I look at a formation like this, and we're not even coming close to a 3 billion damage. But then you look at heroes like this with the Awakened version of Baden, putting up 6 billion damage within the formation. And again, 3 billion. So literally, Baden is doubling up, almost doubling up what we're seeing with the Awakened version of Belinda. Again, that is really hinging on building out these heroes. So, all right, guys, I wanted to show you my best in slot team of what we have. Now, this is the debuff. After 10 seconds of battle, the allied hero, which has dealt the highest total damage amount, will permanently have the attack rating reduced by 75%, which means, similar to the Belinda one, Yennefer has to be the top in damage after 10 seconds, so she actually receives this debuff, allowing the Awakened version of Belinda to do the damage that she needs. And that is kind of how this buff is set up, guys. You do not want it to go on the primary damage dealer. You want a burst hero in there essentially to eat this debuff, which is the big reason, guys. And I know a lot of players don't really look at the debuff or realize exactly what it does. Let's go ahead and take a look at the guide. I'm going to do a quick run through. Also going to put a link down below so you guys can check it out yourself. Go through here, work out the comps. We have 33 hours on this, so let's take a look at it. All right, so for this one, I went ahead, dropped the camera out. As you can see, it is Kane. If you're looking to merc a hero, you can see Waden, Belinda, Vithiel, Wotus. I don't like the names in here. It can be confusing to a lot of players. I actually get a lot of the merc priority or the name. I get asked about this quite a bit. You can see the tree priority. No awakened version of Belinda, sus for it. Can be kind of changed out if you do not have that version of Belinda. But again, the big thing to remember, guys, is this best in slot team will be the best performing slot if you have those heroes built. But then looking down here, there's also a whale best in slot, which this is the one that I was running. A lot of players don't have Hodgkin, and that is really one of the big priorities. And guys, go through, when you look at this, read the notes, but go through the formations. And you can see very easy, if you don't have the fire breather, go down to the ice. If you don't have that, one big thing that I noticed with the pets is if you're going to slot 2 or 3, possibility is you're going to find another team where that pet is best in slot. So really go through here and look. This is where the beast resonance comes in handy, guys, because having a multitude of level 6, 9, 12, 18, whatever it is, heroes built or beast built makes a very, very big difference. Now look here, Mortis use elite armor in the chest piece. So again, taking off his tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, whatever you do have in there, boom, putting him in that certain one. Now, you'll see there is a best in slot order number 2, and there are the alts. This is the big thing, guys, where if you do not have some heroes, there are alternate cops in here. And also it shows the subs in here for 3 through 5. So if you're not running these heroes, we do have the substitutions in here. So this is where I really task you with going through here, seeing what heroes you have. So let's say, for instance, you do not have the awakened version of Baden. Right down here, we have a couple other heroes that can provide a significant amount of damage if you do not have that awakened version of Baden. But again, looking at the borrowing and the heroes that you should be merking, you should be able to build some of these teams and build them up very well. Now that is team 1, guys. Looking at team 2, this has Yennefer in here. Again, this one you want to make sure within the first slot that Belinda is not getting the debuff. Right here, Belinda cannot get the debuff, guys. It will literally kill your entire formation. It will wreck you, just like what Tartos says right here. It will absolutely wreck you with the debuffs. Now, a lot of players don't have Tamaris built, but looking position 2 sub, position 3 sub, position 3 sub, position 5 sub, they have a lot of alternatives in here, and he puts an incredible amount of time and effort into building these guides. So the more that we get it out there, the more utilization we see for these, the better it is, guys. And usually they come pretty late, but I know he said he's getting a lot better at building them faster, more efficient, everything of that nature. Then, of course, our whale best in slot is right down here. I actually did not find this one as the best. That's why we changed up a couple variations. So again, when you run this, guys, if you're running the whale best in slot, run it a couple times, see exactly where you kind of land. If it is not the best in slot, or if you're not getting the highest damage, I actually went with the best in slot up here, the regular one, because I feel like the heroes within the whale comp, I do not have built out high enough to really be effective. Now, team 3, again, we have the Talene right here. Talene and Orthos absolutely have to be hand in hand. If not, you have to change up the entire formation. We see a couple subs in here for Neve, since a lot of people don't have her built. But here are your alternates, guys. And Alt 3 is what a lot of players still do run because of the amazing damage that Ainz is putting out and not having a bunch of these other heroes built. It is really important, guys. Specifically looking, because remember, Mortis is used in some other formations. Same with the twins, same with Oden. So again, you're going to have to change. If you change alt or round number 3, team number 3, you're going to have to swap something with 1 and vice versa. So I would really recommend going with our dimensional team right in the bottom. Now, of course, when we get in here, guys, the awakened version of Solus, alts for position 1, you can see right there, alts for position 5, and then a couple alternate formations down here, really relying on the damage that these heroes are putting out. Now, team number 5, Vathiel, is really the big one. You see, we have 3 variations in there, and then the sub for Joan in here. So depending, again, read the notes, see what heroes you have in here, guys. See what you can really do. If Chimera does not have the plus 30, sub in a star within some of these positions if you do not have them built. And as you can see, the variations in here are crazy. And we have Brutus down here with Lucretia. The final team, this is really a kind of an all the red. That's exactly it. So you see there are very few formations, but these are heroes that you should have built without a doubt, guys. They are some of the top priority heroes in their faction. When you look at Rain, when you look at Rosaline, when you look at Scarlet, they are the absolute top priorities. When you look at Grez, again, absolutely top priority. Only variation might be Astrilda in here. You see Palmer in there. Depending on who you have built, you want Grez to have the highest combat rating to get Rain's buff, but you want to set Rosaline to Scarlet. She'll transfer to Grez when Scarlet dies. Now remember, guys, Kayn will instantly kill heroes. You can zero out the sorcery tree, still get good damage out of Scarlet. Even with a couple variations, again, you might have to remove some furniture. You might have to buff up Grez a little bit. You can play and kind of tinker with what you have going on here, even removing some of the gear to make sure that Grez does have that highest combat rating. So Rain will actually buff Grez instead of Rain buffing Scarlet, because then Scarlet just dies, and that is it, guys. So yes, definitely Rosaline may do better with 8 red furniture instead of 9. Again, the variations on this can be absolutely incredible, which is the reason why I wanted to cover it. You still do have a long and an ample amount of time to actually get these covered. So guys, again, check out Cursed Friends. It is right here. This is the Discord server to go ahead and join. Big shout out to Cursed Friends and Tartaros for the guides that he puts out, guys. It is absolutely amazing. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.